Hello all. Today we will look at how to learn data science. It's 10th of May 2020 today. I am Professor Neil Harwani. You can reach me at neil@techandtrain.com. You can also visit my website at techandtrain.com. So let's start. Um, our agenda for today in terms of what you should be doing to learn data science is divided into four main areas. One is building the foundation for data science, looking at what resources are available for building uh, that foundation, what are the tools you should be learning, and what all you should be doing in terms of watching the job market and understanding how things are moving there. Let's look at our first topic. Now, before I jump on to the foundation, I would suggest doing some basic Google search if you want to learn data science. Uh, Doing some Google search around what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is data science, what is analytics, and what is the emerging field of decision science. If you look at the data science tutorials and many areas that are available on various websites, etc., you'll keep hearing these 4 5 terms. So my suggestion is first go around and see what is the relation between AI and ML, which is the subset, which is the superset, what is the emerging field of deep learning, what is data science and analytics, and what is the decision science area which many of the business schools and colleges are teaching now. That acts as a template for you to explore data science in a good way. You should also check out what are the various types of job roles which are available in the data science world, and then move on to the foundation. When we talk of foundation, there are 3 or 4 major areas that you need to cater to. One of them, obviously, is mathematics. You should build intermediate level skills in statistics. You should be learning linear algebra and discrete mathematics. You should be picking up basics of calculus. These things definitely help in understanding various algorithms and other areas. In statistics, especially, you should be looking at permutations and combinations, descriptive statistics, probability, hypothesis testing, distributions, and so on. Uh, uh, and Especially in calculus, you should be knowing what are the basics of differentiation, integration, and so on. Then I would say building basics of programming foundation definitely helps. Although a data scientist role does not require you to program always, but knowing these things is a good start in terms of working with a multicultural and uh, multi-role uh, team in which various types of technical, non-technical, techno-functional or functional people are there. Some of the basic topics you should be looking at are loops, variables, data types, conditionals, functions, classes and objects. How do you debug programs? What is code profiling? How do you do optimizations and so on? These things will build a foundation for you to discuss things with your data engineer or the person who's programming and solving your problems once you conceptualize a model. Then you should be looking at various algorithms. So algorithms again are divided into 2 major areas. One are the standard algorithms in computer science like searching, sorting, pattern matching, divide and conquer algorithms, graph related algorithms, and so on. And some are more oriented towards machine learning, which are regression, decision tree, ensemble ones, boosting, and so on. I would suggest getting an overview of both of them as they are very helpful in terms of solving problems. And these are built on top of your mathematical understanding and flow in that sequence. Post that, I would suggest building some sort of a foundation in any domain. The domain could be marketing, finance, banking, insurance, operations. It could even be pharmacy, medicine, or engineering. But definitely some sort of domain knowledge, at least in 1 or 2 areas, helps you to solve problems using data science. And I would suggest reading Economic Times, Money Control, various finance related websites like CNN Money or BBC Business Finance. These give you contemporary perspectives on what is happening in the finance and business world, and various domains like aviation, transportation, and so on. They have news articles in many of these newspapers, and that's very helpful. The last topic that we have in terms of our foundation is understanding what are the things that are there in artificial intelligence, machine learning, things like natural language processing, natural language generation, computer vision, deep learning, IoT, Internet of Things, recommender systems, robotics, reinforcement learning, game theory, and so on. Many of these topics have been around. Some of them have come up recently, especially areas around explainable machine learning, automatic machine learning, and so on. You should definitely be exploring these topics. Post this, you need to look at what are the various resources that are available. Three of the free ebooks that I would suggest. The first one, 100-page machine learning book. It's a free book built on the concept of read first, buy later. Then introduction to statistical learning, the elements of statistical learning, data mining, inference, and prediction. You can start with any one of these and progressively move on to the other ones, depending on what is your interest and what is the depth up till which you want to learn. Some of the resources you should be looking at, there are various data science related specialization courses which are available on Coursera and edX. Uh, it's not that these are the only portals. There are more portals which are available to learn these things, but I've just listed two of them here. You have various specializations, micromasters, small degrees, and full-fledged master's degrees available on these websites, and you can pick them up and learn from there. Now, some of the blogs that you should be following, especially places like Data Science Central, Simply Statistics, Kaggle, these are really good blogs or websites from which you can get a lot of information around all the topics that we have been discussing. We'll see some of these sites when I reach towards the end of the presentation. So till now, what we have covered, let's just quickly recap. We looked at what are the foundations that we need to build. I gave you 5 areas: mathematics, programming, algorithms, domain, and AI/ML and contemporary topics. What are the resources we should be using in terms of free books, various courses, blogs, etc. And now we will look at what are the various tools that we should be learning. So in terms of the tools, I would suggest picking up either of R and Python and Nine with it. Nine is a good graphical tool which helps in terms of practicing data science and related areas. And if you are a beginner, I would suggest starting with Python. That is easier to pick up. You should also pick up some of the basics of cloud computing, NoSQL, RDBMS, Hadoop, Spark areas. So these are some of the things if you learn, they are very helpful in the data science role. Remember, many of these things depend on what type of role you ultimately want in the data science world. Do you want to be the person who builds models and solves the functional problems being a data scientist, or you want to be a programmer or an architect in terms of being a data engineer, or you want to crunch your data in terms of being a data analyst or a business analyst and so on. So a lot of your selection in terms of tools will depend on your goals in that area as well. Once you look at these tools, last thing that I would suggest for all of you is to watch the job market. One of the best places to learn about what is happening in data science or any other field is to study various types of job descriptions. If you study various types of job descriptions, You will get to know what kind of roles are in the market, what problems they are solving, what technologies, tools, and practices that they expect their employees to follow. You should also follow various companies on LinkedIn, Twitter, especially LinkedIn and Twitter. And also, you could look at their Facebook and Instagram pages because a lot of information from the companies flows there on these social media portals. And that helps in terms of picking up various topics and projects that they are involved in or the initiatives, etc. That's very helpful. So that's our short 10 to 11 minute video webinar or a talk on how to learn data science. You can always ask me questions. You can email me at neil@techandtrain.com. You can also ask me questions at Q&A.in, or you can visit my website techandtrain.com to get a lot of free updates and details. I also maintain 3 company-related channels there, and this video will be available on YouTube with this presentation as well.